Since its introduction in 2010, Yamaha SuperTenere has garnered a lot of praise for its adventure touring capabilities. One thing we haven't tested though is how it performs with two people on it. So we're gonna head for Utah with this Tenere right here, only equipped with a top box, and we're gonna spend a couple days up in Utah riding, me and my wife, and we're gonna see how this thing does in the dirt and on the street up in the mountains of Utah. Now my wife, she's a novice at this. She's only been on the back of a bike about 2 times thus far, and the farthest she's ever been is about 25, 30 miles. So this is really gonna put it to the test on how comfortable it is back here for someone that's not used to spending a lot of miles on a motorcycle. So we're gonna load up, head for Utah, and see how it goes. I have to say, after riding this thing for that long, it really exceeded my expectations. My tailbone gets sore pretty quickly after snapping it off, and so it's always been kind of a chronic problem, so I'm hypersensitive when it comes to seat comfort. But on this thing, with her on the back, I had to sit down all day long, ride all day, and I never once complained about my butt.
The seat was actually pretty comfortable. A little bumpy when we were going on the raw road part, but I mean, I guess that's expected, but it was fine. And I liked the box on the back because that kind of gave me a secure seat.
The gauges on the bike are informative. I like the layout of them. There might not be quite as much info as other bikes, but I think the info it does have is adequate and it works well. One complaint I still have about this bike is the option of not being able to turn off the ABS unless you trick the system. I'm not gonna tell you how to trick it, so Google's your friend. Wind protection from the windscreen is excellent. It throws the wind right up perfectly over the top of my head. I don't get any buffeting, I don't buffet around. The passenger actually has a nice clean stream of air to them. They don't get buffeted around, don't get knocked around. It's excellent for tour-up touring.
This ride on this bike compared to the previous rides on the bike, I was definitely a lot more comfortable, and I would definitely go on a ride on a bike similar to this again. Or I don't know, even after this ride, I was like, why don't we ride to New York and back? But we'll see about that.